aggression that turns out to be calculated anyways of G2 Esports, it is incredibly rough.
We'll see how mindless it is once we get into game. No
Instant
real
Braum,
surprise to see Hybrid not have access to Braum. Very quick from these teams. Rammus, Lulu, Nidalee, Poppy is still available.
So if you're new to these teams, you don't give Nidalee to Trick, but apparently you don't give it to Trashy either. G2 just really respect the value of that Nidalee pick overall. You have to ban Braum at this point against Hybrid, especially if you're blue side. Corki's left open, which I think almost has to be a lock-in, because if you give it to Perkz, he gets such a easy laning phase with pressure, and he really makes great use of his package. Need to see if Sencux has the same package handling capabilities.
We'll find out as very quick pick and ban. Both teams not surprised by what is happening.
Poppy Graves is the answer here. Usually you would expect Poppy Gragas, but Trick's style really is these aggressive junglers that have a really sustained clear that can then start counter jungling. So Graves is kind of more up his alley than a Gragas, I feel.
Crepo, in the 3 games that Trick has played Graves, do you know how many times he's died?
No.
He's died once, Crepo. And he's managed to secure 14 kills and 18 assists.
You have really a fantastic memory.
I know, just picture photo, no?
Photogenic memory?
Thank you, there we go.
It's actually not photogenic.
I don't.
Because you're definitely not photogenic.
Oh, I'm just, my brain is fried after the results. The Gragas is locked in by Trashy. Lucian to follow it up. Splyce are going to get themselves this poke siege style, maybe. Hybrid's going to get the Bard and Emperor on Sivir, so still very quick.
Yeah, they just don't want to give much information away. Like, you get one jungler, we will too. It's not about rushing picks at this point anymore. It's about hiding as much as you can. Lucian, just strong pick here for Kobbe. But laning Lucian into Bard Sivir is rough because you have to challenge the wave, and if then a range support comes out, this is a very fun 2v2 to watch because both sides can win it. Thresh is a good pick into Bard, one of the better laning picks into him. So I really hope we get standard lanes.
I really want to see how Emperor handles himself on Sivir. It's only the 4th AD carry that he's played this split. Lucian, Ezreal, and Kalista are the only champions he's played all 9 weeks long. Splyce are going to lock in their solo lane top and support. And it's going to be... I don't know. Nautilus is available if they wanted to go the tank route, but you don't really want Naughton to Poppy.
No. I mean, you can.
Trundle?
Just play the early game for the push. Just get triple pushing lanes if you play it well. Fiora is a pick there you can do too. It just all depends on how you want to play. I like Fiora, honestly. But Poppy still has the early pressure on her. Fiora then pulls ahead for a little while, and then it's up to the Poppy to get QSS by level 16. That's kind of the condition you want to have, and then you outscale again. I love
what is the reply?
By the way.
What is the reply for G2?
Time takes down.
The drumline puts pressure on. It's up to Perkz. LeBlanc is available. Bit tough into Corki, at least in the early levels.
I think you go for the LeBlanc though. I mean, Lissandra's up too, which is a Perkz champion, but I think LeBlanc Corki is fine if Perkz is the one playing LeBlanc. It's rough generally as a matchup though, but I feel he's skilled.
Bird is the word. Bird is the word instead. So still going to be a little challenging maybe early. What do you make of this? It's a slightly interesting team comp from G2.
Yeah, I feel like they've picked a lot for lanes here. I feel like the late game Azir pick. Azir kind of fits into everything. That's the first thing I have to say. You can almost always pick it, but it's very hard to make him work. But if you use him right, he can always work. I wonder if Azir gets the push on Corki. That's something I'm not so sure about. Because the early trades, Corki can win if he lands false bomb and then has 10 over procs with the E up. But Azir just has a really good repetitive push overall. He generally was the king of pushing mid lane overall.
Interesting pick and ban then. There are options for both sides. Interesting solo lane matchups, and I can't wait to see how they play out. The flags are lit on stage. G2 Esports are 1 victory away from holding sole control of first place. At the end of day 1 here in week 9, they are looking to get themselves a guaranteed bye into the semi-finals, and a win here would do that for them in at least one of the 2 seeds. But I want to see this Azir.
Uncomfortable feeling. I don't know which comp I like more.
Oh, and an uncomfortable feeling on upset day.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term.
Great disturbance in the force here. I do like, you know what?
I tell you what, Cripple, let me help
hard.
If you've got an uncomfortable feeling, let's ask the guys on Twitter to let us know what they think.
Let's
Hashtag SPY win. if you think Splyce will continue this trend, or
if you agree with Trevor and you will undoubtedly be wrong, hashtag G2 then.
hey, listen, they've got Bard, so you've got to be split here.
Yeah, this is a 50-50.
Because you both want Bard to win and me to be wrong, but you can't.
If only.
You can't have both be realities.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, is what they say.
I just bought a cake when no one is around.
Turns out I don't like cake anyways. It's bad for the gains.
So, gentlemen and ladies.
Oh, we got the ultimate cheese here. This is the predict lane swap. When some guy goes into Lone Island here in the top lane. Ah, he's not there.
Would have been so good.
Oh, there's Fiora.
Ward kill. Ward kill, ward kill. 1-2. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Advantage G2.
That's more of a tennis
Look at
clap.
that.
It's more of a tennis clap than a golf clap.
That's true. That's very, very true. We'll have to ask our producer to verify. We know he's a very avid tennis fan. I think...
Just don't ask him how Justin Hernandez is spelled.
I think Djokovic is his favorite player as well.
These are too many inside jokes that
Yeah,
sadly the
sorry.
crowd will not get.
Sorry, people watching at home. Watch tennis. It's fun.
Tennis is fun.
Yep.
Belgians were actually really good at tennis.
Really?
For a while.
I didn't know
Females were.
that. Okay.
Justin Hernandez, Kim Klasters. Fantastic players.
South Africans were better at golf than tennis.
I see.
Just, you know...
I feel like we're
topics
really
of
getting
things. Yeah.
some of this context nailed down.
We are.
We are also seemingly getting a lane swap initiated here by G2. So Sivir Bard away from Lucian Thresh. I think it's smart. I think on equal skill, Lucian Thresh should win that lane. It's really, it's a rough lane for Bard Sivir. Bard Sivir can go AFK push, but one flay hook can just be an untimely demise here. Obviously, he's going to give full XP to his AD carry here. Right, Hybrid? No.
Okay, so Emperor and Hybrid share that one. Last hit does go to Emperor. First time on the Sivir, he's played 8 games as Lucian, 4 on Ezreal, 4 on Kalista. So, real big shift in the playstyle dynamic. Oh, here we go. Crowd likes that one. That poke is secured, but not a lot of synergy in skins, because they could have both gone for that Snow Day.
I hate Snow Day Bard.
Why?
Just the
Is it too
W
happy for
triggers
you?
me. Yeah, I don't like joy. You know me, Trevor. I only want misery.
We'll see how much misery is caused in this lane swap. G2 are earlier on the push, earlier to the tower. Trashy and Wunderwear gonna be a little late to this bottom lane. We'll see just how much time G2 have bought for themselves. But it's really the next few minutes that we have to judge. So I think we're 2 lane swaps, 3 standard lanes today, just trying to keep track.
This is where you obviously start talking a little slower. You drag out your words so you can fill as much time without saying anything. Because nothing really happens in the early stages of the lane swap. All we can really watch is the race for third HP. In that race right now, it is seemingly pretty equal. Both sides have not chosen to enter their jungle into the equation. They are power farming their way through. And will soon pick up a merry scuttle crab, likely.
All right, we'll see what the next stage is. Minion wave dies, so G2 got it down to about 10% HP. If we look down bottom, in actual fact, Splyce may be able to secure this tower maybe a few seconds before. Not that it really matters. What does matter is the next step. And all of the gold will be given to Wunderwear. How does he handle this next wave, Crepo?
So yeah, he's gonna catch it. If you don't know what catching means, obviously 6 minions on the side of G2, pushing towards his wave. Next wave will meet there sooner, so it will end up freezing. The second he sees Sivir on that ward in the lane that he has right there, it's probably the 3rd time I explained this today,
Yeah.
he will start pushing out. The reason he does not push out any sooner is because there is potentially a top laner coming out to catch that wave, and you don't want to hand farm over to the top laner. You do hand it over to the AD carry. So right now, Sivir passes the ward. So does Kobbe.
Nisbeth was smart. Kobbe just walked straight over it.
Yeah. I mean, they both know the ward's there, and you have to reveal yourself. Both top laners will prompt to kill as many minions as they can before leaving. Then they base. They will join their compadres.
Oh, I like
Friends.
compadres.
Compadres.
Yeah, compadres works. There's actually somebody in the audience with a sombrero, so I think it's applicable.
Then that works. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Any other
For
instance?
that
does not
person.
work?
For that person, yeah.
Yeah.
And we caught a brief glimpse there of Sencux into Perkz. Still even CS. Perkz with the Flash Cleanse versus Flash Exhaust for Sencux. Double Dorans into Sheen, so small itemization differences.
Both AD carries pick up Cull, obviously, to make gold efficient item here. Top laners will join their bottom lanes and push. If there's any champion you do want to break the mold with in this lane swap though, is Bard, because a lot of this, these mirror plays are based around vision. Enemy does X, so we also do X across the map. If you then magical journey in an area where people don't expect you to get to, You can break the mold, but you have to be quick about it. The same thing will happen here. This wave will usually be bounced unless some team decides to push for tier 2. Generally, that is not the right choice. If you do this quick enough, you can put Herald up, and then you go for the mirror on the next tier 2, which then you will do slightly quicker. That's where we see deviations, where people actually defend the tower because they know they will lose the mirror in a Herald race.
Now, if memory serves correctly, did G2 not make an adaptation on this next phase of the lane swap last week against Vitality, where they're hid in a bush, waited for Vitality to push in lane, and then punished them by securing
that's kind of, it's not even an adaptation, it's kind of a solution when you're behind in tempo. It's like we're so far behind that if we mirror, we kind of lose something extra down the line. So we really want to just kind of cheese almost. It's also a mistake if you don't ward that brush. But even with that play, things are unequal because that's just the lane swap. Here, Herald gets traded for Dragon here, so if G2 successfully defend and not mirror, they kind of pull ahead. This is what they opt for doing right now.
Backing off, Kikis remains in the bottom lane. 12 CS to the 14 of Wunderwear. Both players level 3. Perkz and Sencux. That's basically as even as you can get in CS. A wave still in front of Sencux. And both players at level 6 at the same time.
So Splyce's play is completely locked right now. They have the Herald, they lost the Dragon, so they really need to push and make a massive wave on the bottom lane. Kobbe and Nisbeth by no means should freeze this wave. They should just stack it up and push it in. Then they should push mid with Corki Gragas pressure and rotate to the bottom lane to see if they can get a 4-man type of push there, potentially, or 3-man, and have Wunderwear be able to teleport in. Because in top lane right now, Emperor is there. So if Emperor is stuck in the top lane, they can become a 5v3 or a 5v4 dive in the bottom lane, depending on how quickly Perkz comes over. So that's the play that we have to watch for.
It's also going to be a little difficult pushing towards Perkz, or even trying to, because you see how quickly he shoved that wave in. If they want to try to rotate between lanes. As it stands, though...
But you can push in, at least kill the wave right now, because Perkz based, so Sencux has push advantage, and he can then clear the wave and rotate bot. So this play from Splyce could work. Wunderwear can still choose if he teleports or not. We need to see if there's wave clear. Trick is level 6, so a QR plus maybe a Q from Kikis could be enough to clear this wave.
Doesn't look like there's a commit from Splyce, though. So all of the build-up ends up just resulting in a rotation to the middle lane. There's support down bottom, so Perkz, he's got the wave pushed in. There's a cannon minion as well. And just the threat of Trashy. Wow, Perkz really aggressive.
Because Trashy's not level 6. That's the whole change to that play. Trashy was level 6 here. The momentum gained by Splyce could have netted them a dive and a turret in the mid lane.
Fortunately, it didn't work out that way. And Perkz reading the situation perfectly. So just a little bit of damage traded onto that outer turret. As Trick, what is he doing? Oh, that was
tried to steal the red buff. He knew it was still up. He knew Trashy was level 5.
Okay.
So he just went for the blind steal. He knew Trashy was on it too, because that was a logical decision. He just didn't have time to actually ward. And Nisbeth coming in here doesn't flash with the lantern. Forces the teleport though.
It does. Instantly cancelled though by Kikis. So on the hunt blown from Emperor and teleport. So Wunderwear is now in a teleport advantage in what is still somewhat of a skill matchup at this stage in the game between that Fiora and the Poppy. I want to see if he decides to go toe-to-toe at any point.
I mean, they won't farm, so if the farm happens to coincide in the same lane, sure they'll fight, but other than that, they just really want to pick the side lane with the most farm. G2 equalized, so they traded Dragon for Herald and didn't end up losing anything. Trick also pulled ahead in experience overall, had 1 camp more, so he was level 6 where Trashy wasn't. That kind of was a deciding factor for Trashy not being able to punish Perkz in the mid lane. So overall, even game. Just keep your eyes on the top laners. They're the most crucial matchup right now.
Let's take a look at how G2 handle themselves. 9 minutes on the clock, still even with Splyce. The lane swap has not netted major advantages for G2, but they have had those small benefits. The level difference you've mentioned, the Dragon. Rift Herald will be up fairly soon, and in actual fact, Kikis and Wunderwear going to be meeting relatively soon. Kikis will have some support from Trick though, if he sticks around.
Yeah, Hybrid has to be careful here. So much threat on that Bard. Yes, he has Portal, but he can get E-flashed on, knocked back, get hooked at any point. Lucian comes in with some really good burst. He can drop in a jiffy. Nisbeth also running that Ignite, obviously not that useful later in the game.
It is if you want the kills. See a very general head nod.
Oh yeah, you guys can't see this. Yes, I'm nodding.
Thank you for the head nod. Crapo, 10 minutes in, and I mentioned this right at the beginning of the game, but G2 have actually had a gold lead in 12 of their last 14 games. They're now even with Splyce.
Again, that memory.
I know. On opposite day, where 3 of the 4 results have been surprises. Is
that
this
mean?
an early indication that surprise number 4 is on the way? Come on, I'm putting you on the spot.
That sounds like you're getting like a 4th kid that you really don't expect and you can't really afford. I don't know. Let's wait until somebody actually dies. It's 0-0 right now. We've seen PvE. We'd have to see the qualities of the PvP aspect of the game. You know, first, it's like an exam that's split in oral and a written exam. Like we've seen part 1. Let's actually see them fight each other.
So
hopefully.
Okay, that was a slightly weird analogy. You've lost me.
Yeah,
it's
2-part. It's
okay,
2 parts. I don't care which one you call it.
Got it. Right, I'm on the same page now. Sencux, he had the package a little while ago, didn't make real good use of it. Keeper's Verdict comes out from Kikis just to boot the minions away.
The ultimate mind game. You think I'm going to hit the tower, I'm going to hit the champion away here? No, the minions go flying away, buying some time, which means G2 can push in on this inhib tower.
And they've got uncontested. There is support coming from Trashy and from Wunderwear, but it's a 3v2 at best. Trick and Hybrid running out of minions. As
they only have 1 tower advantage, and they use that pressure on the next tower to then force Splyce being unable to trade, and then Kikis gets more farm time. I really like that ulti. It's very creative, because if you aim it at a carry, you kind of have a 50-50 chance that they dodge, but obviously minions walk straight and just knock them away.
It works out. So G2, they just jump 1,000 gold in the lead, just after I make that bold prediction.
That's the adaptation we're looking for in lane swaps now. 12 minutes in. What do you Poppy ulti the minions?
Poppy ulti the minions.
Perhaps we do need to change our lane swaps.
We'll find out if the trend sticks tomorrow when we're back, but for now, no real big changes. Fade Sheen, Sork Shoes for Sencux, Nash's Tooth for Perkz, tanky items getting tankier for Wunderwear and for Kikis as their bases are continuing to grow. And we're still just in this powering up phase until a team feels like they have been activated itemization-wise. Gonna happy to be playing these side lanes and farm.
Late game team fights definitely go to the side of G2 though. As long as Sivir and Azir can set up a fight for a while and kite, they just do so much damage, and Poppy will just be the front line. This time there's no Trundle to steal the ultimate, to steal the resistance either. So I think for Splyce the win condition really is that Fiora beating Poppy hopefully later on, or just getting a quick like one shot on somebody. Gragas E-flash or a hook, one of the carries.
Ooh, Sencux started that well, but took 2 autos from the Sand Soldier that ended up hurting him. And Emperor shoved this wave in. I feel like G2 have done a very good job at pushing to those those inner turrets rather. No real reply as Kikis has been there to catch the wave that's funneled to him by Splyce, and G2 take the second dragon.
Yeah, G2 are comfortable with scaling. They're now 2 dragons up to 0 at a very early point in the game due to the lane swap decisions that they made. Hybrid is safe because he has a portal. Overall, this game will likely be slow because I think it's very hard for Splyce to force an opening. If you look at their engage, what do they have? E-flash from Gragas, or almost hook flash, flash hook. Because you can't actually walk up and hook anybody because they'll literally just walk away. So G2 is fine scaling. They have the scaling components both in terms of objectives and champions. And Splyce can't really engage, so we could see a very slow, methodical chokeout from G2 Esports.
And that would be quite impressive actually, because that stigma that G2 are kind of hot-headed, are maybe reckless in terms of their playstyle, is still kind of with the team, but they're really showing a good understanding of how to play the tempo.
They group for siege on mid against the Corki, which works for one wave. They need to send somebody down to the bottom lane though. Let's see if Kikis can hold this, otherwise this tower will just get taken for free. They're looking to trade tower for Herald.
Alright, I don't know if they make Herald work, maybe. Keeper's Verdict, it will knock away the minions. The box is already put down, and Kikis should be able to survive. Kobbe's deciding to chase forward. Support comes in from Trashy, in from behind. A good stun from Kikis. Body slam flash into the barrel. First blood for Trashy.
So yeah, G2, in their mind, they take Herald and they go for a big push in the top lane. What they should have done though is probably send Azir to the bottom lane, let the Sivir hold mid, and then 2-man defend that bottom lane tower against the dives, especially with the Azir ultimate. Right now, the hook easily lands on Kikis, who overextends. And they shouldn't be able to get anything here. Hybrid doesn't get the stun.
Good damage down onto both Hybrid as well as Sencux. And one of the benefits of these slower paced games, Crepo, is that I get whispered sweet nothings by our stats bender. Do you know that 14 games this split, First Blood has taken more than 12 minutes to secure?
I did actually.
Oh, fantastic.
I did not, actually.
Yeah, you completely killed my buzz there, dude.
What does it mean though? That's one of those stats,
it mean?
like, okay. Now
It's just fun. It's just fun. Trashy picks up first blood onto Kikis under the tower.
this macro mistake though, G2, like you have in such a slow game, you have to be able to predict the enemy move there. Splyce, they make the correct decision. They see G2 have both their wave clear carries in the mid lane, Sivir and Azir, and both of them take a left. They go towards the Herald. It's like, okay, I guess we'll take this tower in the bottom lane. Nobody's here. It's a poppy. We are free to dive it. Easy hook there. Good hook by Nisbeth. If that misses, suddenly the play is genius by G2. Because poppy can stall.
Yeah, but it didn't, and of course Trashy was able to
I like this. This is better than War Tears.
make it all the way around. Emperor's going to continue to shove that wave in. Actually just funnels farm to Wunderwear, really. Titanic Hydra already completed. Trashy and Nisbeth.
And he got 30 CS up on that now too.
Yeah,
Because,
that's a lot.
Oh, is it 30 though? It's more like 25.
I'll go with 30. I like rounding up.
You like rounding up?
Yep.
Same when they asked for my height.
It sounds more dramatic.
How tall are you? 6 feet. You were taking
6 inches. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. All right. Tempered Fate is easily sidestepped. It was a longer distance. Trashy and Nisbeth heard that one coming a mile away.
Probably saw it too.
Yeah, Hybrid unable to connect to the target. So
And this means Wunderwear just gets more time pushing in the side lanes. Siege comes out here, but there's plenty of wave clear from Splyce. They just need to be able to get to the wave early enough. Not get hit by soldiers, whittle those minions down, and then when they enter, they can finish it. So
Wunderwear's average CSD at 20 minutes is 24. He's usually up. And this is just kind of a playstyle that Splyce have. They tend to funnel him a lot of farm. They've been doing it earlier than beginning of the split. But at what point does this become worrisome for the Poppy? Or is it...
I mean,
it's just a matter of time, really.
the good thing though is that you can no longer switch between Titanic and Ravenous. So the whole way Fiora split push used to work is that you would buy time with Titanic early, and then later on you would switch it to Ravenous. You would just trade, get very low, be like, oh, I'm almost gonna die. Oh, here's the minion wave, 2 hits and you're full HP again. So that was what you used to do. Alright, I guess this explanation is no longer relevant because apparently a ward is more exciting. I've taken really deep dives in my career, you know. The point where you get replaced by a still standing ward in the picture-in-picture.
Crepa, I was listening. I really appreciated it.
And that is why Fiora doesn't win that matchup as quickly anymore.
That was
But she will still win.
a beautifully abridged version of the story.
Perhaps it's an indicator. Crepo, tighten that. Make it nice, short and punchy.
Oh, our observers sometimes have a little fun. Only sometimes.
We only allow so much fun.
Crepo, look at the mini-map. It is...
I don't know, I'm supposed to do it.
It is a Christmas tree when you look at all the lights. Tons of wards from both teams. A Valk Ford from Sencux gets Thunderlord's proc onto Emperor as well as their Gatling Cannon. I want to continue asking about the wards in a second. There's a few pings. There's support from G2 and Splyce are making their way up top. Body slam onto Trick. End of the line doesn't really do a lot, but relatively good deep vision, I feel, from both squads.
Yeah, because they're dividing the map up half and half here. They don't believe in fights. It's a neutral zone here.
I'm not quite sure. Look, everyone's gathering.
Posturing, it's the frenzy, you know. Eventually, you need blood to survive. That's what they're looking for.
All right, Brambleback has reset.
You're bringing Brambleback.
Lost vision for a second. Everyone goes on a magical journey into the Dragon Pit. They're going to decide to commit. G2 are sticking onto the objective, and Splyce, they're hungry for blood. The Dragon will get secured shortly, I feel, as G2 have bought enough time. Tempered Fate locks Trashy down, as Trick was able to secure the 3rd Dragon of the game. Trick is forced to jump away. Grand Challenge is issued. It's not secured yet. Riposte comes out, and it's killed. Wunderwear gets the heal. They've traded 1-for-1 as Trick and Nisbeth are down. Perkz is finally joining the fight from the delay. The boomerang comes out, and the Cosmic Binding connects with no one. Perkz still has flash available and the slide and glide. He's gone over the wall defensively, and G2, they want the tower instead.
Yeah, it was all ruse, the Dragon. Rotation with the portal for the tower. A new tower rises. Take its place. I think Kobbe played that fight phenomenally. Really good flash there at the end. G2 had the better setup. I think they need more help. Hang on, Sencux.
He's not going to go down yet, but this tower just might. Trashy fancies himself a chance. Tower drops. Steadfast presence interrupts everything, but Kikis will get taken down. Kill will be secured here by Kobbe and Red Buff. So, what was it? 2 kills.
Hang on, it's more.
A dragon. Oh, we're not done yet. Wunderwear teleported in for this one. He's taken down Emperor. Cosmic Binding will root him in place, but
I think Splyce is playing the fights better, but G2 is playing the approach better. On that dragon though, Trick was left alone way too long. His team should have helped him finish the dragon and then get the hell out of dodge with the portal to disengage, because Splyce ended up doing better in that fight overall, trading their support for the enemy jungler. Then obviously the rotation comes in, but G2 lingered too long, losing on the member, and now more importantly, they lose control of their jungle.
tower down. Number 4 secured by Splyce. Blue buff secured as well. G2 are going to be very happy they got that 3rd dragon, because Aspect is now about 11 minutes away.
Let's watch that again. So like, look at Trick. It's like, guys, anybody here?
Guys.
Oh, is this connection working? And then, yeah, he just gets left alone. Probably gets zoned here. Perkz gets zoned too. Probably will step into the fight. Let's watch how good that flash actually is. Good casket there from Trashy to finish that kill off. Doesn't matter because we're fighting.
We are fighting indeed. Trick has gone golden and dropped by Wunderwear. Kikis actually threw out the hammer, but it simply wasn't enough. And an easy kill. Didn't quite see the build up. We can argue maybe for blue buff.
I guess we'll see it again soon.
Maybe. We might just see, depending on...
Only there was a moment or a way to go back in time.
Well, I'm not quite sure we have the technology. But Kobbe's got the blue buff. I'm going to assume the fact they're hovering over it. That's why. I think I'm going to assume.
And just good deep vision here. That was a trade-off. They lost the turret, but they got enemy control, or controlling the enemy jungle top right. That means they could comfortably play on the left side with full information on where the members from G2 were. It must have been a failed engage almost. Hybrid used Tempered Fate. That wall goes down.
It does indeed, Crepo. And at 22 minutes, Splyce have got themselves a small lead. Both of these teams are fighting to hold on to a position. Splyce want to get closer to 7th, and G2 wants sole control of 1st.
3 dragons though, and you see how hard it is for Splyce to not actually... If G2 kite, then they win those fights super hard. Right now though, they're locking into a position where they can't actually kite, which is doing Baron, and this is risky. Splyce like this because it's going too slow still right now.
On the hunt, boxes come out. Wunderwear is somewhat soloed away from the rest of his team. He riposts damage, but it's Trick that gets the kill. A magical journey delivers G2 closer to Splyce. And look at the Tempered Fate cooldown. Getting closer to being available.
I'm looking at it, Trevor, but I'm also looking at Wunderwear going in way too far for no reason whatsoever. Just wait for your team to take the aggro. You're playing as a Sivir comp. The goal is to isolate targets. Right now, Perkz is looking for a good Shurima shuffle.
The slide and glide and delivers Kobbe into the waiting hands of G2.
And then the Poppy W on top of the lantern, obviously, you shall not pass. You fall down, and G2 using Baron here to bait in Splyce. Splyce take the wrong decisions. That's exactly what G2 Esports was hoping for.
Yeah, Perkz playing a little bit of Tokyo Drift there as he sets one up. And everyone takes a magical journey to safety.
They actually have the ultimate Summoner's Drift comp, because not only do they have the Azir, but once you get 5 chimes on Bard and you get that nice little noise, you go turbo speed too. You have the portals, so a lot of creative movement in here.
I certainly hope they do something like that.
We need a race car skin. Get on it, team.
Yeah,
champion.
That would be pretty epic.
Maybe Yorick. Didn't have any skins, people feeling sad. Race car Yorick would make people happy.
Yeah, but how would you use a shovel to build a race car or work on a race car?
I don't know, there has to be some Flintstones reference in there.
I guess it doesn't have to be a shovel, right? I guess if it's a skin, you could change to a wrench or whatever.
He can have like a little remote control.
Oh, that's a clever idea. I like that. Sometimes you just gotta let them have
I love that the crowd cheers for my IDs. Thank you for the support.
That was a good cheer. Remote control Yorick, remote control car Yorick. Kikis took a big chunk of damage from Wunderwear. Grand Challenge seems like it was issued as well. So Wunderwear backed away from that, opting into safety rather than fighting in no vision. And G2, they've now got control thanks to a series of kills based around the Baron buff.
All these disappointed fans that had their team's favorites lose are now like derailing into absolute sadness and madness. Sanity. That's why they're starting cheering for wards.
Well, 25 seconds until the next dragon spawns.
What do you do when 2 wards go down at the same time? I wonder.
Cheer louder. Crepo, G2, they're calling Splyce's bluff. If Splyce go dragon, G2 go inhibitor. We know they put a lot of damage onto that top inhib turret a while ago, though, so let's see. Still about 60%.
That is traditionally how you get people off the dragon pit. You don't walk in and say, like, leave, please. No. You walk in the middle and it's like, do you really want that dragon? Is it worth your inhibitor? No. They will path to the inhibitor. Then you cut them off and go back to the dragons and think, haha, fooled you.
Yes. When you look at that combo, Graves, Azir, Sivir, they are going to deconstruct towers incredibly quickly. Sencux is coming in from behind. Emperor's Divide is already placed down. Perkz is going to use that to peel. Trashy almost walks into it. Inhibitor turret gets chunked very, very low. 20% HP. Dragon is up, and G2 have given up positioning for it.
Given up positioning. Baron is still alive, though. They could just start it. They need to start the Baron here just to tell Splyce here, when you want to go for Dragon here, it's probably not a good idea, so just keep threatening that, hoping Splyce face check, because there's no vision right now. They see Hybrid. They might see Hybrid basing here on a little ward. Anyways, Dragon gets stalled here. If Hybrid can get in time and ulti the Dragon, maybe they can buy enough time. But it looks like Emperor really likes his crouch, so probably not going to happen.
Lubuff picked up by Sencux. Nobody from G2 is going to be able to respond here. So Dragon number 1 goes to Splyce at 26 minutes. And more importantly, it delays Aspect.
Yeah, delays Aspect. They still have the base though, so that means vision control goes to G2. You can set up again. Emperor hasn't based though. Sitting on a lot of gold probably. 1.3k, not that much. Still fight. Ooh. That goes out. Instant Baron gets started here. Just G2 is just saying, like, you guys are probably half of your team is in base. We can just start this back away.
They certainly are. Keeper's Verdict actually finds nobody. That could be big.
Why would you want to do that if you're not finishing the Baron overall? So Kikis probably had the idea of knocking away the jungler and finishing the Baron. G2 as a team overall wanted to disengage.
Pressure is building. Tension is continuing to grow. And as these Baron baits play out, if G2 overstay their welcome, if G2 miss time a call, it gives Splyce the opportunity to regain control in this matchup.
Yeah, more importantly, you just have to remember, when G2 get the setup and kite, Sivir Azir will win. When we get a flank, or engage, or hope, any of these carries exposed, that's when Splyce have a win condition. If not, they need to win the 1v1 matchup with Fiora versus Poppy. But Poppy has finished the QSS and there's no Ravenous to really whack away on his trades and then lifesteal.
That there is not. Down bottom, Kikis and Wunderwear are in trouble. We're so busy looking at wards that Wunderwear gets a good stun down. Kikis is dropped. Wunderwear just straight up outplays him, flash for flash, and through the QSS.
Yeah, that Black Cleaver just dealing so much damage. Kikis thinking he would live, but he only has one really big armor item here.
That's huge. Splyce have set up vision around Baron Crepo. And they're going to play the Baron baits at some point. It's so hard.
I just want to ask the crowd what their favorite brand of ice cream is, because isn't it like all A? Like, I think maybe it's in Belgium.
I thought it was like a face cream.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I've been doing it wrong my entire life.
Dude, you shouldn't be eating face cream.
The first thing in Google that pops up is Ole Ice Cream South Africa, so maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah? It's Ola.
Ola, okay.
That's the one in Belgium.
Right.
How do we know that?
Did you know that
I did not.
Germans as a people are addicted to ice cream? I have a very, very big theory. Oh, it's the owl. It's Kevin Owl. He won the name vote on Challenger.
Tell me more, Trevor. Germans are addicted to ice cream.
Yes, I have this very serious theory.
It's a theory.
It is pretty well documented with the 10 German people I've spoken to about it.
Nice sample size.
And they all know exactly where every ice cream store is in their hometowns and in their current town. There are advert breaks in the middle of movies, like when they have an intermission, they come out and they sell you ice cream. Legitimately, I will expand on this theory in a longer vlog one day. But for now, the Baron bait is on. And it is G2 that somehow have regained some vision control. Splyce, despite killing Kikis, didn't do anything but buy time.
Yeah, in this game right now with these compositions, you know what I would like to see, Trevor?
Tell me.
Ice cream. I'm really hungry right now. Didn't you get me any food in between the games?
That's because you're not happy about the ward cheers.
Yeah. Hang on here. Trashy base. We could see a Baron rush here. Emperor's Divide could divide the enemies. Yeah. Tempered Fate can temper the Fate too.
Teleport being used by Kikis. He's arriving in. Wunderwear's got his available decides to teleport as well, but it's going to be far away. He's coming from blue buff. Baron has been absolutely rushed. Tempest Fate locks down Sencux and Nisbeth, and they have been knocked all the way backwards. Hybrid takes a ride on a magical journey, lands in Wunderwear's waiting hands. Despite the fact that Perkz is down, Kobbe's trying to carry as best he can. Nisbeth connects with the dark passage and is going to survive. Kobbe has single-handedly destroyed G2. Kikis and Hybrid now want to close this out. It's a 3-for-3 as Nisbeth is running for his life. G2 secure the Baron, only have available on 2 members, and that was a messy fight.
A messy fight with a good opening from G2. They see the enemy jungle base, they immediately started, and then they use every defensive tool in the book correctly. The Tempered Fate into a double stun is exactly what you want if you're playing Bard. But then G2 kind of overcommit for the fight. Hybrid thinks he's winning so hard that he aggressively flashes over the wall and leaves his teammates to die. So let's watch this again. Baron start, good. His ultimate, fantastic. Knockback on the Lucian too. Look at this stun here from Hybrid, beautiful. Kind of overstacking though. I think Perkz should have ulted away towards Kobbe and just relied on the support to double stun, because he drops immediately because he can't get around. And now G2 can disengage, but Emperor thinks he has more support, but Hybrid's here in the bottom kind of loitering around, let's just call it that.
Yeah, Hybrid and Kikis chasing the kill, leaving Emperor out to dry. Gets shut down, and Kobbe does great work. 2-1-3 on that Lucian at the end of the fight.
Emperor divided. Can't believe we actually haven't noticed this. This guy's actually called Emperor.
I know.
How have we missed this?
I don't know.
It's the war cheers.
Yep, I don't know. It's only because Azir's just become meta today.
Yep.
In Europe.
Today.
In Europe.
Even though he was played last week already.
Like,
Ice cream. Yes. That's it.
Wunderwear gets pinned against the wall. No, he doesn't because of the riposte. Will lunge away.
Flash.
Flashes from the Tempered Fate. That is worthwhile.
Not today.
Emperor is looking to rejoin the team as he puts a blue ward inside the red buff of Splyce. And G2 continue to try siege up this game. They've got a marginal hold, 3,000 gold, and Baron buff on at least 2 members.
Yeah. We could see right there, Perkz and Emperor weren't kiting. They were stepping forward into the aggressive moves from G2 here. And here in the LCS, we do interweave our analysis with some scenic vision here. That's a frog.
Oh no, don't
Rotation
do
on
it,
the bot
man.
lane. Baron buff still present.
Kikis is going to be pushing into the very big minion wave. G2 Esports will take a tower as the frog ends his time on the Rift. Only to become Gromp, I believe. A much angrier version. Much like...
It's actually...
Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. Inhibitors dropping. 4 dragons secured. The hammer comes down from Kikis, knocking away Trashy. Cask is available, but the base is exposed. G2 have got a 5,000 gold lead at 33 minutes. And they're looking to take an inhibitor. Going to push this one down. The boomerang takes down Trashy before he can finish anything. Tempered Fate forces Splyce away, and G2 have taken a long time to do it, but they've broken Splyce's base open.
They've broken the base, the zone here from these soldiers put up. It's so hard for Splyce to step into it. That's why they need the flank. You can't come from the front door there. And to get back on the point, it's actually a neural parasite that turns that little frog into a grump. It's actually very gruesome. Can't believe we're cheering that on. The little guy can't even control his movement anymore.
No, that Grump is just a victim of his circumstances.
It's the wrong place, the wrong time. And like many of these wards, static, lifeless objects.
They do not deserve the punishment.
Time out and die, or be destroyed. Used for their vision.
Very morbid.
Maybe that's why people in bronze don't buy wards, because they're very caring.
Just very loving people.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then Riot enforces their will by giving them an automatic trinket, even when they leave the base right now. If you don't buy, you get an automatic yellow trinket. So Riot's like, get the wards. That's it. Feed your frenzy. Place those wards.
It helps. Wards win games.
They do.
Disappointed dad Deficio wants everyone to buy pink wards too.
Oh.
I know. We're trying to get next level. But
I wonder if in a patch in the future we'll give people automatic pink ward.
Ooh, I don't know.
Surprise pink wards. Hey guys, these things exist.
Yeah.
They remove vision.
Oh, look at the damage there. Sencux was forced away. Flashing red bars just from one combo from Perkz. He's fully activated. Nearly large rod, Void Staff, Rylai's, and the Nash's Tooth. As G2 are now sieging in the top lane. There's no outer turrets left to take, and they've already done some work on the middle and the top inhibitor turrets. They've had some time to regen, but not a lot.
Wunderwear split. We could see the use of Poppy here where you just ulti 1 or 2 guys of the team and then you just instantly go for the siege.
Zoning ultimate. It doesn't find anybody though, Crabbo.
Worked though. Half the tower's gone. Either you hit him and he backs off, or if you don't hit him and he backs off anyways, tower melts.
Need another wave. G2 are sticking around. Trashy's waiting in the wings. Teleport's available for Wunderwear, so if a fight breaks out, he'll be a few seconds late. 3.5 to be exact. Bloodthirst as his third item, so he's all about the damage.
Yeah, frontline Lucian here to survive. The goal is to kill Emperor and Perkz as quick as they can, because if you leave Azir alive for just 5, 6, 7 seconds in the fight and you just eat all the damage, he will just brutally 1v5. Technically 3v5, 45 if you count all the soldiers. Royalty goes wide, who connects?
It does onto Trick, body slam from Trashy. He split up G2, but the tower's already down. Perkz is in trouble.
Dead.
He's been killed by Kobbe, and Trick will take down Sencux. It's a 1 for 2. Boomerang Blade goes out as Kikis is running amok on the back line. Wunderwear flashes forward. He's got Trick. That's a double. Looking for more. Rides a magical journey. Kikis is killed by Kobbe and Nisbeth on the back line, and Wunderwear runs down the squeaky toys. Hybrid's in trouble. Magical journey's out. Get the stun. Connect.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch him.
Gonna carry on running for his life. 2 for 4, and Splyce win.
Yeah, it looked really grim when Trashy went down initially, but so many cooldowns are used on the disengage. Sencux went just, yeah.
I think it's
Moses
happening.
divided everybody, just Valkyried in with the package, then Valkyried forward and he dragged everybody away while Perkz kinda just got killed in the side, and then Wunderwear stepped into the fight. Late Fiora, that's the ideal moment for Fiora to step in. She doesn't want to be at the start of the fight. She wants to be when every cooldown is down, nobody can disengage, everybody is ready to just get that sword pierced through their hearts. That's when Wunderwear wants to step in.
Yeah, pierced through the hearts, and for Splyce, that's okay. They take down the inhibitor. Still down in gold, but Dragon is up. Baron is up in 10 seconds. Dragon's up in 1.5 minutes, and here's a replay of that fight.
So Trashy's gonna E-flash, Perkz is gonna cleanse out and knock up and flash out. That makes it so that he gets knocked to the side. Now Kobbe is gonna go aggro on him, but Perkz doesn't get out in time. Now we had kind of a suicide mission almost from Sencux, but he managed to buy enough time for Wunderwear to come in. And once he gets the 1 proc, just keeps on killing people. Obviously didn't get his ulti off because that got Q assessed. So he needs to start putting that ulti on other people. Don't get a Q assist overall. Another Baron attempt here. That means G2 is stuck in there though. They can't kite, but it's going down quick.
The verdict, swing and knocks away. Trashy's gone. Baron is secured. The
Kobbe's
Tempered Fate has got Kobbe. If Kobbe is gone, this is trouble for Splyce. They've lost their duo lane. G2 have got Baron and 5 members versus 3.
And they take the portal. I mean, come on, this game is likely over, Trevor.
Yeah, let's find out if G2 can push it in. Crazier things have happened today, Crepo.
Yeah, unless if Wunderwear could actually have gotten that wave that's coming in the bot lane right now, maybe G2 still need members to win, or minions rather. Hybrid's exhaust is coming up. That's what we need to look for. Kikis can stop any dashes, any body slam, any Fiora lunge forward can get stopped by Poppy W, and then Hybrid can exhaust.
So much damage. Perkz got 2 autos onto Wunderwear. He's gone full DPS. There's really not a lot of tankiness. G2 are pushing the minion wave in. Exhaust is available. Wunderwear's going to go down. Riposte blocks it for a few seconds. Trashy and Sencux are all that remain for Splyce. G2 Esports are onto the Nexus turrets, and in a dramatic finish, they hold sole position of first place in the European LCS.